Now we're gonna make the box. So for the box, I will use cardstock. And the cardstock we have to glue together. So you don't really need 2 sheets. What we need is actually additional half a sheet. So if you got any cardstock left over, you can probably glue that, and that would be fine. So I'm gonna just apply the glue. Let's make sure this is stuck. Okay. So we will need about 13 inches, but before we cut this, we will have a seam. So if you position like that, your seam will be on the top of the box, and that's not what we want. So we want to make sure that the seam will be on the back of the box. So when you position your piece just like that, make sure that your piece is straight, and I will make cut just like that. It doesn't matter what the dimension is where you cut it. What is really important is that this seam will end up somewhere on the back, which it will. So the length of your cardstock, we will need 13 inches. So let me position this. So for me, 13 inches is 5, 10, 13. Just to show you, my 13 inches will be right here. So this is where I am gonna trim. Okay. So now this piece will make our box. The width of this sheet will be, this is approximately 3/4 of an inch. I want the box to be just a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna make 1 inch, 1 inch thick, which means we need, this is 6.5, we need 7.5, 8.5. And as you can see, this piece is 8.5 inches wide because this is the standard dimension of the width of any paper. So now we will score this. So we will score 1 inch right here, and my board is too short, so I'm moving this up a little bit and continue with my score. I will turn this around and I would do the same thing, 1 inch score. Be careful where the pieces are joined together. So I'm gonna pull it, and these are gonna be the sides, and this will be the width of the box. So now I have not made this previously, so I'm making this with you. So I will take you through through the process. So this one is 4 1/4, and I want 1/2 inch, 4 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna make score at 4 1/2 inch. Then we're gonna have the spine, so we're gonna score at 5 1/2. Then will be the back, so we need 4 1/2. That's half, 1, 2, 3, 4. We will score at 10. Now we're gonna need not spine, but the cover of the box on the top, which is another inch, so we score at 11, and this will be our flap. So again, we are scoring at 4 1/2, 5 1/2, 10, and 11. So now I will just start trimming. So now this is the side where it's 2 inches. I will cut it right here at the first score. Now this will be the bottom, so this is the first score, second score. We are going to the third score, and we will cut it straight, and the next score we are cutting straight. We're gonna turn it around, and we're gonna do the same thing. So wherever you have cuts on this side, we're just gonna duplicate on the opposite side. So you got score cut in here. You see, we cut this. We're gonna cut it right here and right here. So now when we fold this, you can see that we are coming up with the shape of our box, just like that. So we will fold this, and this is the 2-inch flap where we cut it right here, and we didn't do anything on this side. I will cut this the opposite way from here to the cut. So I'm trying to do this. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side. So you see, this is folding the opposite way. So now let's fold the rest of the pieces. Just like that. This will become the top of our box. So we will work on that now. So I'm gonna make a mark from the score. I'm gonna measure 1 inch, and the same thing on this side. From the score, 1 inch. And I'm making this mark because I will cut this off. So fold this flap to the side, and we're gonna cut it from this corner to our mark. See, we are creating this angle, and we are doing the same thing on this side. From the corner to our mark. Okay. So now we will start gluing this. So what we're gonna do, the flap away from you, and we're gonna start on this side. And actually, you know, we're not gonna do that yet. I don't know if you want to decorate this box on the inside or not, but I think at least the main panels we should. It's gonna look nicer, but you really don't have to do that. We will decorate on the opposite side. So for that, we will choose the paper. And again, I'm choosing the paper that I have left over from this collection. As you can see, I used up a lot of paper in here already. So, oops, I can't tear this. I think for the inside, for the outside, maybe I'm gonna use this. And let's see what else we have left. I think I'm gonna make it darker and use this green. So from one score to another, this box measures approximately 6.5. So I will cut this to 6.25. For the height, which we know that this panel and this are the same, so it's 4.5, we're gonna cut to 4.25. And we will need 2 of them, one for the front, one for the back. Now we will need for the bottom and for the top, this is 1 inch, so we will cut 3/4 of an inch. And let me just trim it a little bit. So I have 3/4 and one more, 3/4. And now we need piece for this, which we can use this leftover piece. And this one is 2 inches. We need 1 3/4. Okay, so let's start decorating the inside of the box. So we will glue this in here, leaving approximately 1/8 of an inch space all around. We will glue this one in here, this one in here, and this one right here. This one didn't cut right, so I'm gonna put this one on the bottom. But in any case, this is the position. So this is how we're gonna glue this. I'm gonna glue this off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I glued everything on the inside, all those panels, sides, I'm not gonna worry about it. So now we need to work on this panel. So for this panel, I am going to position this upside down. So this will be the front of the box. I'm positioning this flap piece right here, making sure that my lines are straight. This has to be straight, and this is the angle we will cut. Okay. So now when I turn this around, you can see that this is just about perfect with a nice little border around it. And this is how I'm gonna glue this. Okay. So the inside of the box is done. Now, before we put this all together, I think it's easier to start decorating the outside of the box, because otherwise, when we glue everything together, you have empty space and you won't be able to really squish the design. So for the front, I think I'm also gonna use green, and we will cut to the same dimensions as we did on the inside, which was 4 1/4. And actually I should have cut this the other way, but that's okay. We need 4 1/4. Now the length of that, 6 1/4. And 6 1/4. Okay, so this will be the front and the back. We also need to cut the top and the bottom and both sides. So let's do the sides first. This side measures 4 1/2, so we need 4 more pieces, 4 1/4. So we need 2 pieces. So this is 4 1/4, and we need 2 pieces of 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 and 3/4 of an inch. So let's decorate this. So we're going to position this just like that. Then we will have 2 sides, and we need 2 pieces. So let's cut them right now. 2 more pieces, which are gonna be 3/4 of an inch. So 3/4 of an inch, 1 more, 3/4 of an inch, and the length, we said it's 6 1/4. Okay, so we will glue these pieces just like that. And like that. So I know that I didn't put anything in here because in here we will use design paper. So let me glue this just like that off camera and I will be right back. Okay, so I glue everything together. Now we have flap left to work on. And I have still this piece left, which I think I will use. So we need to cut this piece to 1.75 inches, and I want butterfly on the front, so I will use this piece, position just like that. So what I'm gonna do, I will mark where I want to cut, right here and right here. So I will cut this on an angle from this corner to my mark. Just like that. And the same thing on this side, from the corner to my mark. And this will be the closure. Okay, so now when we fold this, this is how this will look like. I think it's a really cute box. So now we will start gluing all of this together. So these flaps I did not cut out, so I will just apply the glue on both sides and glue this. I will just glue this to the side just like that. So I can squish it from the inside to make sure it adheres. And we will do the same thing to the other side. Glue it just like that. Make sure it's straight. And let's squish it. Okay. So now I didn't really cut this too straight on this side. So if that bothers you, you can just trim it a little bit. But when you put this together, you won't even see it. So these flaps, we will glue it just like that on the inside because we are paying attention to this. Whatever we decorated has to be on the outside. So I will apply glue right here only to this score. And now just close it and glue all together. We can put our bone folder on the inside to make sure that this is all squished and glued. And here is our side. and we will do the same thing to this side. So I am applying glue just like that. Close it. Push it from inside. My bone folder is a little too thick. Okay, and here is our box. Now I wanted this to be on the front to give this little bit different look. So for that we will apply Velcro. Now because I'm using darker color for the box, and I'm using, I see something here, and because I'm using black background, I have black Velcro that I purchased from Dollar Tree. They have this one actually in a tool section. So I will use this one, and I don't think I need all of it. So I will just cut like this, and I will place this on the middle, and this one on the top. So when we close it, it will adhere. Now when you open first time, just be careful, because that's a strong Velcro, and you want to make sure that the glue really adheres. So as you can see, we have very cute box. If you want, you can make a little purse from that. If you attach your little chain. So now we have our notepad with beautiful box. And I think this is such a beautiful gift idea as an entire set. So I hope you like this project. I hope you enjoyed watching me making this. If you did, please hit like, comment, share, and subscribe. This really helps my channel grow, and I would really appreciate. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon in my next video.